Morning, good afternoon, brother, sister Christ. Y'all know I'm a dreamer. The Lord got me speaking about a lot of stuff right now, stuff I ain't even know. But we know after He got to explain it to me. But let me tell you about this dream I had. I had this dream, right? And it was three roads. One you can go this way. It was three, just know it was three roads, right? And I was driving because I was supposed to be meeting up with with some family members. Because they was already at the place, and then I'm calling them to get instructions to meet them because it was something we supposed to be hanging out at. So when I got on the phone with one of them, with a family member, he told me not to come because there wasn't nothing there for me to go to a town called Bulls. It told me to go to Bulls place, a town. So I was like, why do you want me to go to this town? So he done turned me on a whole nother agenda, on a whole nother route, not to come where they at. Because these two, they always hanging together. These two family members. And I'm thinking to myself, Lord, why they, every time I have a dream or something, it's about them two. I'm not saying every time, but them two, and then them two ain't, it's just something Lord revealing to me, but okay. So they told me to go to a town called Bulls. So I'm looking up online. I'm like, Lord, what you gonna tell me about Bulls? So I'm going to New Zealand. I'm going to Bulls place or something in Texas. And the Lord said, no, think of this. He's speaking to me spiritually. So I was okay, Lord, because I'm looking for seeing something happening. So the Lord got me to talking about the Bulls of Bashan. Bulls of Bashan, a city. But also, he gave me some scriptures to talk about this, y'all. Because, the Lord told me war. And he said, also, we got to remember, we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're fighting against prince and principality, wickedness in high places. Demons, fallen angels. He got me in the time of fallen angels. Take me way back. So let's go to, he got me going to Genesis. Let's go to Genesis 6, y'all. And y'all know in Genesis, this was at the first beginning. So the Lord telling us, remember the Lord telling us it ain't even about us. Even though the war and stuff coming in these plagues or Egypt, you got to understand this spiritually and physically. So he just reminding us to keep this in mind. Genesis 6. And this what got me when it said Genesis 6. I'm at Genesis. Oh boy. Get to Genesis 6. And it said the wicked and the judgment of men. And this, let's read this, because this is also talking about Noah. But look at this. Now it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the Son of God saw the daughters of men, and they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all who they were chose. Because the fallen angels, man, they came down and they started messing around with the women, the children. Start making them as wives, messing with the daughters. Because also when the Lord had to look at Enoch, the fallen angels, they came down and started messing around, having sex with the women. Now it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born to them. Then the sons of God, the sons of God, I'm sorry, I don't know if I said sons of men. The sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves as whom they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he indeed is indeed flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. Look, there were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the Son of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were old men of renowned. And this what got me right here, because the Lord said giants. He took me back to something else with giants. Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of men were great in the earth, and they were intent, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart were only evil continually. And the Lord was sorry that he had made man on earth, and he was grieved in his heart. So the Lord said, I will destroy man whom all created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, creeping thing, and birds of the air. For I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Look, and the Lord still told me about Noah. Last night he talking about stuff gonna come so quick like Noah, people like Noah was, and people they ain't gonna be prepared. The Lord talking about Noah again. But also about the fallen angels came down, had sex with the women, and had kids and made giants. So he gave me that. Then he got me to this all started with the bull of Bashan. He had me to start with the giants. Okay, let's go to Genesis 14. Because then y'all know the great flood and Noah came and he, with the earth, got rid of humans. You heard what the Lord said. He didn't say the angels, yet he said he got rid of human beings. Because it was still later on giants. Okay. And this what got me in 14. Because then they were talking about Sodom and Gomorrah. And the Lord was telling me about Demarcus. Lot's captivity and rescue. And it came to pass the days of Eliphaz, king of something, king of Ish. Y'all know these kings. Title, king of nation of Elam, and Title, king of nation. They were made war. See, war with Bear, king of Sodom. Bear Shechem, king of Gomorrah. See, the Lord got us talking about Sodom and Gomorrah because he told us he's going to destroy America, Sodom and Gomorrah. He got me in this. Because they were just having sex and doing all kind of stuff. Let's see what the Lord's saying, y'all. Okay. Birsha, king of Gomorrah. Shania, king of Adamah. Shember, king of Zemon, and the king of Zara. All these joined together in the valley of Siddim. That is the sea salt. the salt sea. 12 years they served Chedorlaomer, and the 13th year they rebelled. In the 14th year, Chedorlaomer, the king that were with him, came and attacked the rebellion in Ashtaroth and Zuma and Ham and Ena and Shavas. Y'all know these names. And the Haris, the mountains of Syria, and the far of El Par, which is in the wilderness. Then they turned back and came to Enmasphat, Kenish, the attack of all the country of the Ammonites, and also the Amakites, and also the Ammonites who dwelled in his area. But you see how all they fighting together? Them kings and stuff like the Lord talking about war with these demons, these nations fighting against each other. Kings, they fighting just like this. The king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah, the king of Adamah, and the king of Zara, the king of Baal, that is Zor, went out and joined together to battle the valley of Siddim against Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tillam, king of the nations, Armaphah, king of Sarah. I'll be glad when they get through with these names, y'all. Amos is the king of Sharon, Achan the king of Ilskos, 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of asphod's pits, and the king of Sodom and Gomorrah fled. Some fell there, and the remaining fled to the mountains. See, some fled there, some Sodom and Gomorrah. Some fell there, and some remainder fled to the mountains. Then they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all their provisions and went their way. They also took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. Then one who had escaped came to told Abraham the Hebrews, from he dwelt in the terebinth trees of Mer, the Ammonite, brother of Iskiel, the brother of Aner, and they were allies from Abram. Now when Abram heard that his brothers were taken captive, he armed his 318 trained servants who were born in his own house and went in pursuit as far as Dan. He divided his forces against them by night, and he and his servants attacked them and pursued them far of Hobah, and which is north of Damascus. Because the Lord gave me in the back, told me to look at what Damascus was last night. And Damascus was a very ancient city, capital of Samaria in the Old Testament times, a capital of Aramaic kingdom, site of Saul's conversion. He got me, and then tell me that's in Acts 9, 1 through 2. I didn't get into that, y'all, but also know with Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah. Remember how the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah? The Lord talking about that's what Babylon, the miracle like. Sodom and Gomorrah. And he gonna destroy it. Lord's still talking about it. We read it now in Revelation. Going back to Revelation when he said Babylon, you're gonna see the smoke. But then the Lord talking about right here, he divided his forces against them by night, and he and his servants attacked them and pursued them far as Harbach, which is the north of Damascus. So he brought back all the goods and brought back his brother Lot and his goods, and as well as the women and the people. And the king of Sodom went out and meet him in the valley of Shaphith, that is the king's valley, after his return after the defeat of Chardom and the king who were with him. So y'all, he just gave me that 14. I don't have to read it all, but I read it all because I read it with y'all. But to let us know about Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot. What the Lord say he gonna do. So he gave me that. Then he got me going talking about with Daniel. Samuel too. You know, with Daniel, with the giant. 2 Samuel 21 to 22. Because you know when Daniel defeated the giant. Remember the giant? The fallen angel, they kids. Them fell down and they made giants. Second Samuel 21 to 22. And this all in the Old Testament. This before Jesus even came. Because the Lord got me going back to with Jesus. That's what God said, let us know it ain't about us. This right here is a spiritual warfare we always going through. These spirits, demons, fallen angels, these witches, all this stuff. They fighting. So he gave me talking about when Daniel defeated the giant. 21. So when he was telling me about Daniel had defeated the giants, then he gave me this. These four were born to be giants in Galilee, and they fled to the hand of David by the hand of his servants. So it was four of them. 4 giants. Philistine giants destroyed. When the Philistines were at war again with Israel, David and his servant with him went down and fought against the Philistines. And David grew faint, and the Ishbenob, who was one of the sons of the giant, he was one of the sons of the giants. And weight of those bronze spears was 300 shekels, who were bearing a new sword, though he could kill David. But Ashbeth, the son of Zerah, came to his aid and struck the Philistines and killed him. Then the men of David swore to him, saying, you shall go out no more with us to battle, lest you quench in the lamp of Israel. Talking about Israel. Now it happened afterwards that there was again a battle with the Philistine of Gob. The Sabetcha, the Hastonite, killed Sarah, which was one of the sons of the giant, another son of the giant. These giants, these fallen angels, had sex with these women, had giants, and these giants had kids. And it's just, they having children too. Again, there was war at Gob with the Philistines, where Enath, the son of Jehoiada, and Bithman killed the son of Goliath, the son of Goliath. See, killed the brother of Goliath, the Gittite, the swath of which sword was like a waving beam. Yet again, there were war with Goliath, where there were men. There was a man of great stature, and had six fingers on each hand, and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in the number. 24, y'all. And he also was born to a giant. He also was born to the giant. So when he So when he defiled Israel, Jonathan the son of Shimei, David's brother, killed him. These four were brothers. These four were born to the giants of Gath and fell by the hand of David and by the hands of his servant. So this is what the Lord got me talking about with the fallen angels and the giants. And then he got me into Deuteronomy 3. Hold on. Y'all, I just wrote some scriptures down. I didn't write notes. Because up in here got me, excuse me, y'all. Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy 3 is talking about the defeat of the the king of another giant. Y'all, I'm just going to get down to what he really got me going into, y'all. Because Deuteronomy 3, and this is what God was telling me, all this was happening when he was at the cross. When Jesus got crucified. It was spiritual then. Fallen angels, demons was there. The pagans. So I'm going to tell y'all, Deuteronomy 3 is talking about the defeat of OG, the king of, I guess that's one of the giants, y'all. So that's just, Lord was just telling me defeat of all these giants, right? Then this is what he got me into, to Psalms 22. He told me to read Psalms 22, 12 through 14. Because you know, also the Lord said us about the Philistines, about the pagans. You know how they do those rituals? The Lord told us that they were doing a sacrifice and sex. And the Lord said it was a sacrifice. But you know, also, they wanted to be an evil sacrifice, but just to know that Jesus Christ was being willing to do a sacrifice for the Lord. So he could die for our sacrifice, he could die for our sins. But they wanted to make it an evil sacrifice. So with demons there. No, Satan was there. He had fallen angels. Fallen angels was there. With demons. They was all there. So he told me they was there at the cross. And it said, and he told me in Psalms 22, when he told me, he said, this is like when he was crucified on the cross. Because when he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? Remember when he was on the cross, he asked the Lord this, the Father. Why are you so far from helping me? And from the words of my groaning. Oh my God, I cry in the daytime, but you do not hear. And in the night season, and I am not and in the night, and I am not silent. But you are holy, enthroned in the praises of Israel. Our Father trusted in you. Thus trusted in you, delivered them. They cried to you, and you were delivered. They trusted in you, and they were ashamed. But he just gave me all that 22 just to read that, y'all, because he was just telling me the first, just to get my attention. This is like compared to when him on the Bible, him on getting crucified. Because when he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? Because I remember seeing the movie, and then what he asked his father, why have you forsaken me, Father, when he was on the cross? But this what got me right here when he said, he had me to go down to 12 to 14. Many bulls have surrounded me. Look, bulls. Strong bulls of Bashan have encircled me. They gape at me with their mouth like a raging and roaring lion. Talking about demons. And am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of my joints. My heart is like wax. It has melted within me. But he gave me that. Bulls of Bashan. And then he told me Bulls of Bashan is a city. But also Bulls of Bashan, also he telling me Bulls of Bashan also got to do with these fallen angels, these giants, they had the kids, all this connected together. And then he told me about, when he gave me this about them, he said they was at the cross with him. Them pagans, them scribes and them Pharisees, they were demons. You gotta understand, they were demons inside of people. Fallen angels there, no Lucifer was there. Fallen angels was there. These demons, they doing the paganism, them religious people, they doing all them witchcraft and stuff like that. That's what the Lord told us about. They did they were doing the Pharisees and the scribes, they doing that was rituals. Satan, demons. That article I put in there. The Lord got me this, all is connected together. So he said that's why you understand you're in a war. Spiritual warfare. So all this with the pestilence and all this stuff that going on, it's a war. It's spiritual warfare. That's first of all. But it also got to do with physical. You know, you got race wars, you got war, they fighting over money. Right here, the Lord gave us this. They hop back in. That was in Old Testament. Sodom and Gomorrah and them kings, and then they fighting then. War was then. They fighting. And then how Solomon, how he used Noah, part of Noah, talk about the fallen angels laying up with the women. That led to Noah. He told us about Noah. Talking about people. Noah was screaming, telling them to get their house right. They were still messing around on the earth, having kids, having sex, just like another Sodom and Gomorrah. And then he led me back to Sodom and Gomorrah and talking about Lot. See how the Lord said, talking about, and how he destroyed both of them. So that's what he gonna do here. But in the midst of all that, what that was going on, that war, the sins and all that, and he destroyed them, it was, you gotta understand, it was spiritual. Demons, fallen angels, kids, giants. All that was present back then. So you still gotta understand, we got demons, and so we fight right now, these kings, these nations. Demons, fallen angels. They still run on the earth. It's just someone was up at the bottom of the pit till they gonna release them from the pit. Y'all, but this is what the Lord got me. Because if I explain it to y'all, I got so many notes, I'm trying to shortcut it down. Because he gave me other scriptures to tell me about the bulls of Bashan. But use my dream for them to tell me to go to the town called Bulls. A bull of Bashan. Bashan. And then, you know, a calf. I know the Lord talking about a calf, and that's a female, and a bull, they're men. But then bull, Satan. Demons. And that's why I said the Lord, it's repeating itself. Fallen angels gonna come down, gonna be messing with kids. They still doing it now. It's crazy. It ain't crazy, but it's the Bible. You even see there's some giants. Still, the Lord was still showing you still giants running around here. People that's real tall. Lord showing you still this part of the Bible, that is stuff in this Bible is real. That everything in this word right here, he said his word is the truth. People don't want to know the truth. They don't want to believe the truth. This is how the Lord had me with that dream. Then got me talking about the fallen angels. Having sex with the people in Noah days. Still talking about Noah. He just let Noah destroy the earth. Then he had me going to Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot. How they was right now. How they doing the same thing. Having sex, doing anything like the Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed that. Then the Lord talked about American Babylon. Same kings and queens and all that's evil. These fallen angels, demons and all that. That's still the same thing. Presidents and all them. The nations. And they're going to destroy it. So he just telling us to repeat. It's going to do the same thing. And he said it was there when he got crucified. The pagans, the rituals, the Pharisees and the scribes, and demons. Demons and fallen angels. Satan and them all there. Trying to do an evil sacrifice just to know it was a sacrifice for the Lord. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name. Knowing things will never be the same. Worship and glorify his holy name. Y'all get you a close relationship with the Lord, y'all. It's so much he want to tell us, y'all. I didn't even know about this. Thank you, Dad. Oh, and then he gave me earlier this morning, was telling me about Revelation, the 6th bowl, y'all. Let's read Revelation. You know he gave this to us before. I just seen that, this Revelation 16. Then the 6th angel poured out his bowl, and on the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, so that the way of the king of the east may be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs coming out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are spirits of demons. So I guess he gave me this to even tell me about, just to let me know that he talking about demons. These demons. Performing signs. Look what they doing now. This fake sun. This all they doing everything. Messing with the weather. So the Lord just steady confirming with me. For these are spirits of demons performing signs, which go out to the kings of the earth. Go out to the kings of the earth. What the kings of the earth is? These presidents and stuff. And of the whole world. See how it said this? performing signs which go out to the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day of God Almighty. See, a battle. Behold, I'm coming as a thief. Blessed is he who watches and keeps his garments. Let he walk naked and they see his shame. You see, he said keep his garments. Blessed is he who watches. Told you the Lord said we keep our eyes on them. Because yesterday when I was also watching Matthew, he was telling us about was in there talking about the 10 virgins with the oil. When he came, the other ones, they wanted to help. They left to go get oil, and he came and shut the door, and they couldn't even come back in. Because they weren't on watch. They weren't prepared. That's the same thing Lord talking about prepared. And then look at this. Behold, I'm coming as a thief. Blessed is he who watches and keep his garment. Let he walk naked, and they see his shame. And they gathered them together to the place called in Hebrew Armageddon. Armageddon. Y'all, thank the Lord. No wonder he didn't let me get off of there yet. Because he gave me that. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name, knowing things will never be the same. Worship and glorify his holy name, Jesus Christ, y'all.